What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Who Gives a Dram. What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another episode of Who Gives a Dram. And this is going to be Whiskey with Kin number 2.
Whiskey with Kale.
Whiskey with Kale, as we've already gone over. I am with my brother Kale again. So, Kale, go ahead and introduce yourself for people who don't know you.
I'm brother Kale, younger brother Kale.
Kale's my younger brother. He's also the weaker of the two.
More successful.
Less handsome of the two.
More successful.
Success is dependent on how you measure it. For talking who's further in Assassin's Creed, that'd be me. But it depends how you choose to measure success. Is this the first time you've ever been on a video podcast? You getting a little bit of stage fright right now?
No, I'm honestly just the first play of the Steelers game was just an oversnap and Cleveland picked it up in the end zone. So first play of the game, Cleveland defense just scored. So I got a little distracted.
So what do you think? So we just got done. We just got done watching the Saints beat or pretty much rout the
Bears.
The Bears. Wasn't really even close. And Kale's is a fan of the Saints. What?
I know what route you're gonna go here.
No, I was just saying you're a fan of the Saints.
And then?
That's it. You're a pretty diehard fan of the Saints.
Okay.
Would you not agree?
I wholeheartedly agree. I just know exactly.
You love the Saints.
I do.
Tell us what you thought about the game.
I thought they could have won by more and that they should have won by more. But it was enough to get them to the next round, which was really the only goal.
Right. And one more true or false question. Is it true or is it false that you started liking the Saints after they won the Super Bowl?
That's very false. I started liking the Saints in 2006.
Okay. So, you're saying that it is not true that the year after they won the Super Bowl in 2009, that's not when you became a fan?
Correct.
It was right after one of the most devastating natural occurrences this planet has ever seen, Hurricane Katrina, is when you became a fan.
Correct.
Just so happened.
Well, they brought in Breeze. Dad started becoming a fan, and I was 8 at the time, so I was still very moldable in my sports views. So when Dad started watching them a lot, I was like, okay, I like these guys. And it's been like that ever since, even through all the 7 and 9 seasons.
Well, the Saints have always been consistently good.
They've been consistently average since I've started liking them, but the last 5 years they've been consistently good.
They don't have as many Super Bowl titles as the New York Giants.
That's correct.
But that's not many teams do besides the Patriots.
But you mean Tom Brady?
Correct. Yeah, but anyway, this podcast isn't about that.
That's a good point.
This podcast is not about that. We don't do that. On our other podcast, Life in the Basement at LITB Podcast on Instagram, we do talk about a lot of stuff like that. We talk about movies. We talk about TV. We talk about sports. We talk about love. We give advice.
No, we don't.
We help, we heal, and we end wars with our talk.
Okay.
But today we're just talking about whiskey, and I got a big heavy hitter whiskey today. So, dude, you're sure you're good with the video podcast?
I'm great with the video podcast.
Okay, I'm just saying this is uncharted territory for you. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people are going to see this.
Okay.
For those just watching, and if you're just watching, what you doing? Kale just looked directly into the camera. So, Kale, we talked about it last time, but favorite bourbons, go.
Oh God. Like specifically?
No, just like what do you like? Some of your favorites. Put it that way.
I mean, I'm 22 and I'm still pretty broke, so Jefferson's is a go-to. Buffalo Trace. Pappy Van Winkle 23 Family Reserve. That's like a normal go-to for me. That was a little delayed reaction there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm on the I'm searching what these tasting notes are supposed to be.
Jameson Black Barrel. I like Black Barrel a lot. But it's just cheap stuff. Cheap, normal stuff you'll find. But like a day-to-day, probably Jefferson's. I have a bottle of Jefferson's up right now. So
Okay. So I don't think you've ever had this before that I'm about to whip out. As you know, well, as you know, of course, but one of the coolest things about being into whiskey is finding whiskey that you can't find a lot. And as all my friends know who I on Instagram, all the whiskey community on Instagram, we try to go out and find these bottles a lot. And I was able to find this bottle a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure I called you saying that I got this bottle. And I don't think you really understand how much
you
of a big deal
FaceTimed
it
me.
is. I FaceTimed you. Then I went right over to our cousin's house and immediately popped it open. Because if you don't pop open your bottles right when you get them, what you doing?
Can I take this one?
Yeah. Don't get right into the... Man.
What you doing?
Okay. You just looked into the camera and got closer to the mic. You should be that close to the mic regardless because you got a little crappy mic. So, but today, what we're doing, I got it down here, is Colonel E.H. Taylor Small Batch. I'm holding into the camera so that people can see. Colonel E.H. Taylor Small Batch Bourbon. The original Small Batch Bourbon.
What's the
Founding father.
Wait, hold on.
Founding father of bourbon.
What's the quote? When they're doing Prestige Worldwide, it's like it's the original something. Prestige Worldwide.
No. When I think of that, when I think of saying the original Small Batch, all I think in my head is Sam Elliott going, "The banquet bear." So, here we go. We got it right here. I don't know where I should put it. I'm not used to the setup. By the way, we're not in my usual setup, as I'm sure you can tell if you're watching the video. We're here in the basement, as we call it, where we record. We're in LITV Studios.
Is that Colonel E.H. Taylor?
It is.
That's an ugly
he's
fella.
considered one of the founding fathers of bourbon, and he's a big deal within the whiskey community. But I want to pour it in a glass. So what we got here. So a little bit about, Colonel E.H. Taylor. This is my favorite bottle. Aesthetic wise,
Bold statement.
my favorite bottle. This
More
bottle
than-
beats
more
it.
than Bland's?
Yes, because what this bottle reminds me of is a sleek sports car. The reason I say that is because it's perfectly balanced in height to width. The whiskey itself is a fantastic color. It's like a bronze. Like, it looks like if you melted a bronze medal, which technically means third place, but it looks great. And it is contrasted even better with the yellow and burnt orange background to this particular bottle. Now, other variations of the Colonel E.H. Taylor brand have different secondary colors to it, but this is my favorite because it just matches the whiskey perfectly. Do you agree or not agree?
Okay.
So what
Looks scrumptious.
well, the bottle itself, because how he rates things are based, you have to take everything into consideration.
Well, your scales. My scales are a bit different.
Well, that's what's going to make this interesting to see how I encompass every single aspect to the whiskey that I can when I rate a whiskey. A big part of it is how it looks, and that involves the bottle. This is my favorite bottle. This looks like a sleek, what's the car that John Wick drives?
Oh, it's like is it Camaro? It's older, like.
I thought it was an old Ford, or maybe that's what he's given.
He had a Mustang before, and that's what Theon Greyjoy stole.
Yeah.
And then I think it's like a early '70s, late '60s Camaro.
Well, this reminds me of John Wick's car. I don't know what kind of car it is, and I'm not like a huge car geek, but I love the look of it. It's very sharp, it says just enough. It says just enough. This bottle says just enough, and I think it's my favorite. Now, a lot of people would say Bland's because it's unique, it's different. A lot of people don't like Bland's because of that, but to each their own. Off the top of your head, what would you say your favorite bottle is? Just aesthetically. If you had to spitball.
You know what?
Answer.
It's weird because this is gonna be a hot take. It's gonna be a weird take. Whistle Pig 6-year piggyback has a really good shaped bottle.
The bottle is shaped. So the piggyback has the picture of the actual farm on it.
The piggyback is the black label.
Correct, and it has the actual picture of
the
farm
on the
label.
Unlike the 10-year rye, it doesn't get too wide. It starts off thin and then it gets just wide enough.
Yeah.
And then I love that bottle. For some reason, I've
bottle.
always loved that bottle.
It's a good bottle.
And then like the Elijah Craig small batch is a good bottle.
Yeah, Elijah Craig does make a great bottle.
And then I the proper 12s, the Jamesons,
Yeah.
Colonel E.H. Taylor, Eagle Rare, those tall, skinnier bottles. And then Calumet 14. That I haven't had it yet, but the bottle itself, it just feels fancy.
Yeah. So a lot of people like Willet. Willet is the one that looks like a not a cask, pot. I can't think of the word that I'm.
I don't love Knob Creek, Jefferson's,
No.
even Makers. I don't love Makers. Makers seems to always spill.
Yeah. Bullet. Any of those popular ones.
I don't mind Bullet.
You know who doesn't have a bad label? Jim Beam.
Oh yeah, or Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey's not bad, but Jim Beam has a pretty good freaking label.
Jack Daniels has a good bottle.
Jack Daniels is okay.
Bottle.
Jack Daniels is not Jim Beam though.
Yeah, but it's got a good bottle. I'm not saying the label. I'm saying the bottle. Jack Daniels is a good bottle.
Good bottle. Are you talking about how it feels in your hand?
Yeah, and how it pours.
Okay.
It's got a tall enough stem to grip it to pour from there, where it's just wide enough where you can grip it
but
from
if
the
you
base.
pour your whiskey like that, you are an amateur and
or
an
you're
asshole.
a bartender.
No, because they have the spigots. They have the pourers
exactly.
in there.
But they're still holding it from the top.
Right, but they don't have to. They have that pourer is designed to
saying.
pour a specific amount.
I'm just saying.
So, all right. Want me to pour you some?
No, I pour my own.
Well,
Did you just purposely do that into the mic?
yes, I do every time. Just enough. Just a little sippy poo.
Couldn't tell. Haven't watched the show.
Yeah, well, whatever. All right, a little sippy poo. That's good. All right.
Display this puppy. Give me that. Yeah.
So, first take. Remember, we're on video. Don't get stage fright. On the color of the whiskey. What would you say?
We already talked about the color. It's like
I talked about it. You haven't talked
it's like a
about
melted penny.
it. A melted penny. So you're just taking my melted bronze medal analogy.
Well, what am I gonna say? It's a penny? No, it's a
Just
liquid.
what do you think? I think
it looks like the color of a penny.
Do you think it has a red,
take a brand
an
new
orange?
penny, copper? What is a penny? It's copper.
Okay, so that's how you're gonna explain it as. I think it has. I just think it's very bronze-like. I think that's what it comes to me. It's not a lot of red or orange that sticks out. But hey, we'll get to the sniffing, man.
You don't.
We'll get to the sniffing. What do you think it smells like?
Caramel.
Yeah, caramel, vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess. Caramel, vanilla, and oak.
I don't really get oak. I get like a muskiness.
Musky. How? Like musky.
It's like fruity almost. A little bit of fruit that mixes with the sweetness of the caramel and vanilla. It makes like a fragrancy type smell. And I like it.
So you think it smells like a perfume?
No. It smells like a cologne.
Okay.
None of that.
Yeah. So as my buddy,
See what I mean?
As my buddy Matt from Whiskey Philosophy Podcast says, everything smells like vanilla
Yeah.
to bourbon.
Yeah.
Which I kind of agree with. But yeah, I actually get a lot of vanilla from this. A lot of sweetness. I don't get a lot of oak, even though it's a small batch.
You know how you can smell something and it smells real harsh? Like
Yeah.
it's not going to be like a Elijah Craig toasted.
Yeah. No, not toasted.
Not toasted.
Barrel proof.
Yeah, thank you.
B520. Yeah, that was a great
Yeah,
pour.
you smell that and you're like,
You smell that and it's like something comes out of the glass and it just goes. Duh.
no, you smell that and your nose hairs just run away and back into your nasal stem.
So I want to see if this has. I don't believe it has an age.
But this doesn't have
statement.
that. I don't have like any acidity.
And you know what is very interesting? I know it's true for bottled and bond that it has to be 100 proof. But this is 100 proof. This is 50% alcohol. So this is up there. This isn't Buffalo Trace, which is 45. This isn't run of the mill Irish, which is 40.
It smells like one of those because you don't get the acidity.
Exactly.
That's
So that's kind of
shooting
interesting, right?
up to your brain.
That's what's the great part about whiskey. Everything is so different.
I'm really getting a fragrance style. I really
Fragrance,
am.
really. I don't get fragrance.
Well, it's the mixture of things. It's the mixture of this, like I said.
I don't get a lot of fruit at all. I get a lot of desserts.
I get like.
Should I Google what we're supposed to?
I gotta taste it.
Okay, hold on a second.
I'm
gonna
going
Google.
in.
No. We go in the same time.
Pinky's up, bro.
No, do not sip it. Smelling notes for Colonel. I've never done this on the podcast before. I spell Colonel. I got it. All right. So this is from Flaviar.com. Appearance, color, warm maple. Okay. It all looks the same. Nose, aroma, smell, fresh popped corn, caramel apples, and pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I don't get any pumpkin spice. We're going to go on
Caramel apple, yes.
Yes, candy. Okay, so there's my dessert and your fruit. We both hit the nail on the head right there. Yeah. Okay, so this is from BreakingBourbon.com, which is one of my favorite bourbon websites. The first sentence says, some bourbons hide their proof, and others seem to try to live larger than what they actually are. E.H. Taylor Small Batch is one of those. So it's saying it's like hiding its proof almost.
Yeah. Well, that's what we just said, how it
That's
smells
what I'm
like
saying.
one of those.
So
Buffalo Trace.
I'm getting good.
Just read it off the website.
Yeah, butterscotch, caramel, warm baked multi-grain bread. I hate that, dude. Oh my god, that just got me blood-curdling mad. Warmed baked multi-grain bread. Man, I love BreakingBourbon.com, but
man, it smells
put on
like
a vest with a bunch of zippers and take a hike, dude.
It smells like a 3-month-old open half-eaten loaf of Udi's gluten-free bread.
Yeah,
I sip this now. God,
yeah.
Take two.
I don't know. We'll clink glasses because it's whiskey with kin. We're kin. So let's see what it tastes. I've already had a little bit, so
of course you have.
Schlante. We'll give it a second. I don't mind having a little bit of dead space during this area. Really let it hit your mouth. Let it hit all your mouth. And while you're letting it hit all your mouth, think about the flavors that are going down your esophagus.
I only get 2 that we didn't mention already.
Okay.
And they mainly come from a smell orientation that I know of.
Okay.
And that is like a leather tobacco style, and then a raisin.
Have you ever eaten a raisin?
Yeah.
When? You're a liar.
Before. No, I actually have.
So,
and I know what raisins smell like. So that's what I'm saying. They come from a smell like orientation thing.
Have you ever yes, I know you have had this. So the tasting notes according to BuffaloTraceDistillery.com is caramel corn sweetness, which is like just a general sweetness with a little bit of candy flavor, mingled with butterscotch and licorice. The aftertaste is a soft mouthfeel, not very heavy, which is not. It turns into a subtle spice of pepper and tobacco. So I don't get the tobacco. I get the
tobacco.
But that's on the, you get that on the taste or on the after?
On like the after, like when I it's shooting through my body, and then I think, and it tingles my brainstem.
So essentially what I get from this dram is a Midwinter Night's dram without the rye spice. That's what I get.
Yeah.
It's almost like a dessert bourbon. It's super sweet.
This is a dangerous bourbon because of the proof.
It's 100 proof. It tastes like it's 80 proof. It's got for sure not warmed baked multigrain bread bullshit. It's got a candy like a caramel apple sweetness to it, and the finish is very It's not.
It's
It's
warm.
warm. It's not long, and it's not rough. I don't get much spice, so I'm not. Let's see what Breaking Bourbon says. Palate: plump dried raisins, lightly charred oak. Don't get that, and vanilla. Okay. Finish. Did you go on to Breaking Bourbon before this?
No, I swear to God,
Because they
what did it
straight up
say?
say leather. I don't believe you got
I've
that.
never been on Breaking Bourbon in my life. I did not know
Vanilla,
that was a site.
light tobacco, leather, and white pepper start to finish off.
Wait, did it say leather/tobacco? Because if it did, that'd be really creepy.
It says light tobacco, comma, leather.
Oh, God.
As the finish goes on and flavor dissipates, a dry, leathery flavor dusted with a slight hint of... I don't get that at all.
Which part?
The dried leather. I get leather.
Well, I kind of... Like, leather and tobacco very much come together for me. Like, if they kind of are two in the same.
Mm-hmm.
So,
man,
if it tastes like one, it usually tastes like the other.
I'm going to give this a...
we're scoring already.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm thinking, because this is up there.
What did we do before? We did Sazerac Rye.
Sazerac Rye, we each gave like...
I think I gave it a 7.4.
Yeah, mid-sevens. Sazerac Rye is a great pour, too. We'll have that any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm trying to think of where I'm placing this above 9.0.
This is only my second grade. You're putting it above 9?
Oh, yeah. This is a... I've had this a few times now. This is a top 3 bourbon for me. This, along with Blanton's and another bourbon yet to be named, has...
Which one?
Well, I'm going to review it later. I'll tell you off camera.
Give me the letter with your fingers underneath the table.
No, I'm not going to do that. Like, we're passing notes. I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's good pour.
Yeah.
It's good pour.
So, I gave a Midwinter Nights Dram. I believe I gave it an 8.9.
Okay, I got my score.
So, let's also take into consideration, I do this, we've only got a few minutes left, I believe. I don't even know what we are on for time.
Let me say this. You did Bland's and you scored Bland's. I haven't actually scored Bland's on your thing. But
I don't know what I gave Blanton's.
I'd give Bland's a 9.5. Okay. I love Bland's.
Okay.
This, in my opinion, is a strong 9.2.
Yep.
It's a very healthy 9.2.
That's actually funny.
With room for growth into the 9.3. It's like a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
9.2.
I gotta give it one more sippy poo. Hold on.
Just finish it.
There's just something that's so good about this bourbon. I don't know if it's the aesthetic, and also the MSRP is like $45 to $55 bucks.
But, I mean,
so like for $45 for this quality, man.
Yeah, but you're not finding this for $45.
That's not true. You can find it in many spots, just not really around us.
Not in Connecticut, yeah.
Depends who you know.
Definitely not Rhode Island.
No, that's not true. You could. It depends.
Side note: Cleveland is routing Pittsburgh right now. They're up 14-0 in the first quarter, and they're on the third.
Pittsburgh is way overrated.
Pittsburgh sucks.
I'm gonna give this a 9.3. So we're very, very, very close. No high fives, dude. We're 6 feet apart for a reason. I'm not touching your hand. I'm not getting COVID. All right.
That was an awful fucking high five.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty bad.
Oh. Apologies for Gerson.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I thought this was a great pour. Great pour, right? First time having it.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the podcast. So, thank you for joining me on the second Whiskey with Ken. Anything you want to say to the people?
Negative.
Okay. So, you can follow me on Instagram at WhoGivesADram. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all the other podcast sites. Leave a rate and review on Apple Podcasts. It does help out a lot. I like to see you guys what you have to say about the podcast and what you like, what you don't like, and so on and so forth. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Make sure you're checking out the video podcasts. And that's really it. So who are we going to let play us out, Kale? You know.
Oh, good old Bossy.
our brother, Nick Bossy,
Brother in arms.
who will be on a Whiskey with Ken episode in the near future, is going to play me out. Pretty New Diamond. Stream it everywhere. And listen to his new song, What Happened to Country. Stream that anywhere. But yeah, that's going to do it. We got to go watch the rest of this football game. You want to have a little bit more of this?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have a little bit more of this Colonel E.H. Taylor. Thank you guys for your support. Seriously means the world. And I will catch you guys next week. All right. Take care.
Up in New England, that girl sure loved me. We got together and brought things to life. So I did buy her a pretty new diamond. Asked that sweet woman if she'd be my wife. Kind of feeling love songs are made of. With that sweet woman, spend the rest of my life. Before she came along, I was hurting, but at the end of my tunnel, I saw no light. Broke my heart and I can't keep going. Guess I'll just sit here and get drunk tonight. Vows they meant nothing and she ran to a stranger. And with Johnny Walker I'm passing my time. And I asked the Lord, what should I do? But I'm too drunk to hear him tonight. So sit with my bottle while Hank Sr. singing. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Gave me back that pretty new diamond and broke my heart a second time. But I got the last laugh when I pawned off her ring, 'cause I bought me a dime bag and a case of Coors Light. And I asked the Lord, what should I do? But I'm too drunk to hear him tonight. So sit with my bottle while Hank Sr. singing. I'm so lonesome I could cry. So sit with my bottle while Hank Sr. singing. I'm so lonesome I could cry.